Alright, so we have a person who wants to go see a pro dom because, well, they want to explore a bit more um, and see how far they can go and how much they can take with regards to submitting, as their husband is new and they're afraid of hurting their partner, which is fine and fair enough. And they want to also see how much they like doing the submissive thing without having sex involved. Um, they talked to a woman online, negotiated, chatted, negotiated tribute and all that sort of stuff, solo and with the partner. They're wondering, if anyone has done it and how it differs from experienced players and so on and so forth. There's a whole lot of raft of questions that they said they could have, but there's not a lot of information there on this one, like how much experience the actual partner has in kink, or how long they've been doing it and what they've tried and all sorts of other things. Now, I've actually recommended some people go to professionals, simply for the fact that I've had a chat with them, asked them what their personal professional life is, what they wanted to do, um, and it doesn't have anything to do with like currently being part. I actually talked to a single person and said, look, it might be good for you because you are so busy, and you want to try a whole lot of things all at once, and a professional can do that within an allotted time and keep it compartmentalized and on professional footing, so that it's not going to impinge on your own private life. So that was one, some of the conditions that I recommended going and seeing a professional. It's also if you have a partner that you negotiate with that you can do these things, but they want it on a professional level and not anything to impinge on their personal life. That could also be a situation where you could go to a professional for that. As far as learning is concerned, it is also helpful if the partner goes along and helps and gets their reaction and sees what they're doing, what the professional is doing. But having said that, doing things in a professional manner or seeing a pro dom has its pluses and minuses like everything else. Well, apart from the fact that you're paying for the service and it is a service. There's also the fact that if you do like it, are you going to keep going on a professional route or are you not? There was a gentleman that I recommended to go see a pro dom, and soon after he was like, I want to see her again, I want to see her again, I want to see her. I said, look, dude, apart from the fact it's going to cost you money to see her, how often do you think you want to see her? He's like, oh, I don't know. I said, well, think about that. Also, think about the fact that you're coming to me a day or two afterwards. You've still got those chemicals going haywire in your brain. Give it a month to 6 weeks, and then we'll have a talk, and then we'll discuss, how you're feeling then. In the meantime, get back to real life and, maybe diary, journal a few things, and if I'm there, have a chat to me, send me a message if you have any thoughts or feelings and that, and I'll help you and talk with you about it and see if we can tease those out. Not to say it's good or bad that he wanted to go and see the person again, but I also pointed out to him that because you wanted to have so many things done to you in a short space of time, that the impact on your brain is also so much more with regards to the chemicals going a bit haywire, rebalancing, drop and frenzy and all that sort of stuff. So you want to keep that in mind. Now, with regards to different being in seeing a more experienced person, now I have an issue with that term because there's quite a few experienced people who are also pro dom, and there's quite a few inexperienced who pro dom. There's a whole lot of other people in the scene who have a lot of experience, but the other thing is that they don't have a lot of experience with you that that's the key thing there, is that a pro dom has a lot of experience with a lot of different people. They can go on a certain level of session and pushing your boundaries, and they're relying on you a lot for feedback, which means that going into that particular space may be harder because you do need to give feedback and you're relying on somebody's knowledge of people in general to be applied specifically to you. And if you're the person who has the opposite reaction to others, someone who's, even though they've had a lot of experience as a pro dom, may not have come across that, since there are quite a few people who go subvocal, which means they can't speak whatsoever. And there's quite a few people who say the opposite things when they're being in play, such as or it's an automatic reaction. Like if you ask them, "Are you okay?" they'll automatically say, "No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine." And they don't know your body, your tell, or they've not experienced play with you going up to certain levels to be able to say, "No, no, you're not fine. I'm calling it. I'm stopping this session right now. We're going to stop, debrief, and I'm going to chat to you about what your reactions are and if this is normal for you," because then they can push it too far and that's just bad for everybody. So, having said that, also having your partner be within your new in sessions, whether it's professional or not professional, is a good thing. If they're new to kink, if they don't know how far they can push it or they're not confident, they can sit and watch you, they can spot for you, they can watch your reactions, they can get some instruction from, the actual dom. And I guess the difference with going to a professional or going to somebody in a scene, I guess it's the approach. But in all cases, you should negotiate heavily, communicate a lot. Within the scene, you might try only one or two things a session. If you're talking to a particular dom, there might be more of a friendship that evolves there. Having said that, again, you got to negotiate, the level of intrusion, I guess, into your own personal life. Whether you want to actually have kink more in your personal life or not. And she illustrated that, if she wanted to know about things without sex, there's no reason for you not to do things and try things with your partner or other people in the scene where there is no sex involved and is just sensation. So, having said that, pros and cons for each. You got to list your pros and you got to list your cons and think, well, why am I going to these people? Is there anything that I can do with my hubby or my partner or other people in the scene? Do I know other people in the scene that can help? Is there anyone I know who can also be a safe call or someone who can help us and talk with us, my partner and I, or me, just individually through either going to see a professional or seeing them or somebody else in the scene? Because as I said, when you're trying a lot of things, when you're pushing the limit, particularly if you're going to see how far you can go, the chemicals in your brain will fire off a lot or may fire off a lot depending on how comfortable you feel with the person that's doming you. And you can get a massive sub drop, massive frenzy, massive cravings for the play again. So, should they do it? It's up to them to know and decide. Again, list your pros and cons for each. Trying to figure out, where your boundaries are with that. Not just with you, but with your partner as well. Now, going to a professional can cost quite a bit, as with all professionals. Anything from, $300 or $400 an hour to, a few thousands or tens of thousands, depending on the level and the specialization. Now, again, some people say you get what you pay for, but also you need to check, references, check with other people, the reputation, and it's helpful to go a bit into the scene and into the local community, find out about the pro doms, because a lot of people in the community will know the pro doms, or there's a lot of people in the community who also pro dom and they can do sessions for you on a professional basis and they won't cross the line because that line is there for them. But they also have their own boundaries as well. So make sure you outline and confirm those boundaries and enforce them. So anyway, I've got to go, hump day, and much more work to do. Keep calm, stay kinky, don't be a mask hole. I thought that was pretty funny. Someone came up with that. But at any rate, seeing a professional or not, it is up to you as an individual. Depends on your personal situation, professional life. You might want to keep things compartmentalized. You might want to use it as an intro, keeping in mind that there are a lot of people out there who can help you and negotiate with you. But again, reference check, everybody negotiate. If you're unsure, just say you're unsure. We'll leave it off the table for now. We'll go slowly with it. Okay? Keep calm, stay kinky, keep shiny, and wear latex. See ya.